has struggled in the past. He puts the hammer down, and Kiliashkovsky, credit him with giving the Giant everything he could handle and pushing him to that win.
And such an impressive performance by Kiliashkovsky throughout this entire competition. That was neck and neck down the stretch. His future is bright in this sport. The difference was at the very end where Hafthor makes a move for the platform and possibly the podium just a step ahead of Kiliashkovsky. Brent, this may be the moment that Hafthor's been waiting for since he started Strongman.
So Hafthor with a huge win here in the loading race. The 24-year-old from Poland, Kiliashkovsky, with an impressive second-place finish. Such a tight competition for those two guys. Johan Else coming in third. Bjornsson has got the lead after 5 events for the first time ever. He's got a 5.5-point lead, trying to become the first Icelandic World's Strongest Man champ since '96. Kiliashkovsky in second, Shaw in third. Coming up, the Atlas Stones. This head-to-head battle will determine who will ultimately be crowned the 2018 Tachi Palace World's Strongest Man. After 6 podium finishes in his last 6 World's Strongest Man appearances, will Hafthor finally break through and take home the trophy? We find out with the conclusion of the Tachi Palace World's Strongest Man next.
Strongest Man on CBS Sports is sponsored by Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino in Lemoore, California.
We're here at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, for the closing event of the final, the Atlas Stones. This is going to be the ultimate event that decides the world's strongest man.
Brent, this is the crown jewel of strength athletics, where the strongmen will lift 5 stones ranging from 330 to 460 pounds from the ground up onto platforms. Total weight is almost 2,000 pounds.
5 athletes have already competed. Johan Else of South Africa, once again the leader out of the gate. 5 stones in 41.44. JF Caron right behind him. 4 athletes remaining. The American Martins Licis is in 4th place after 5 events, seeking his first World's Strongest Man podium in 3 appearances. Brian Shaw, another American, in 3rd place after 5 events. He's got 4 World's Strongest Man titles.
And it's unlikely it'll be a 5th at this year's competition. Now, the Atlas Stones typically is one of Brian Shaw's favorite events. But 4 weeks before this year's competition, he injured his foot practicing for the bus pull. And that's an injury that usually takes about 12 weeks to heal. He only had 4, so Shaw giving it his all, but playing in some pain.
He doesn't have to do much here to be able to solidify his 3rd place finish and finish on the podium. Licis is pretty well locked into 4th place. So he's putting on a show here to finish out. Both men, what a job they've done here in 2018 in Manila. 2 Americans squaring off, giving it their all. Brian Shaw to the final stone. Licis unable to get the final stone up. And he's going to give it one more go with 10 seconds remaining.
This is very unusual for these 2 competitors. This is usually an event that they both attack, but both wave the flag after the 4th stone.
So Shaw gets 4 stones in 39.11, which puts him in 4th in this event. Licis goes into 2nd in this event because he got 4 stones in 24.97.
Great effort by Licis, but this 5th and final stone really indicative of the entire competition, with the American just coming up short. And for Brian Shaw, the savvy veteran knows when to say when. He's had enough and doesn't want to risk further injury.
Time for the final pairing.
Mariusz Pudzianowski.
Mariusz Pudzianowski of Poland, the youngest athlete at 24. And Hafthor Bjornsson.
Iceland.
He has essentially wrapped up his first ever World's Strongest Man title. Just needs to avoid disaster, but for all intents and purposes, in front of his father, family, and friends, this is a victory lap, and one that is much deserved and a long time coming for one of the best ever to do this.
You saw the emotion after the loading race.